Hi guys, I have another really fun card to share. This card uses your stamps kind of in a unique way. Technique Junkies is having a vintage style stamp release this month, and that's a little outside my comfort zone, not really my general style of things, but I have loved this release. I've been having so much fun. This is my favorite card so far that I've made, and I wanted to show you because it's encouraged me to use my stamps in a way that I necessarily wouldn't have normally. So let's dive right in. I already have the background stamp, which is this really cool like vintage newspaper in my stamping tool. So I'm inking this up with a gray ink, and I'm inking the stamp very unevenly. I'm not trying to cover the whole thing. I'm just picking out a selected area. And then what I'm going to do is take a little piece of paper towel, and I'm just going to dab the edges. And what this does is soften that ink up a little bit so it doesn't go from, it looks like it's faded. Gives you more of that worn look. And when you stamp it, you kind of get like this vintagey looking newspaper style. I really love how that just looks. Forgive my very well-loved silicone mat, but this is like the best surface to work on for things like this. So I have two of the Shimmering Bliss sprays. I have Miami Vice and Festive Flamingo, and they go together really, really well. I really like these. So if you get something like this, you don't want to shake it. You want to kind of roll it in your hands or swirl it like a bell. What you're doing is mixing up all of the glitter back into the solution so that you have that glitter on your project. And you don't want to do that like up and down, because that kind of forces the glitter into that little tube and then it gets stuck in there. So it's always best to swirl it around. So now I can see that that's all back and dissolved. What I'm going to do is spray a little bit here on my mat. And when I like to spray it upside down, and it empties that little straw inside the bottle, and it's just another way to keep your materials like this lasting longer. So I'm going to do a little bit of the Flamingo and a little bit of the Miami Vice. You do not need this for one card. I ended up stamping a bunch because I really like this card. So I have several to do, so I can set these aside. I'm going to use a fan brush to pick up some of the color and tap it onto my paper. And like I said, I did several of these, so I'm going to do all my pinks first. I will show you them, but I like the random, and it gives it that sparkle, which I know doesn't show up very well in the video, but in person it really has a shine to it. It looks so awesome, and it's kind of ironic because it's not really a color you think of when you think of vintage, so I think it just kind of gives it something really interesting to look at. Just makes it a lot of fun. Thankfully, this dries also pretty fast, so I'm just wiping off the color from my fan brush, and now I'm going to dip this into the blue, and I'm going to do the same thing. All right, so I have a little bit of this extra shimmer spray on my silicone mat. I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm just going to dip some paper into the leftovers, and whatever I get, I just throw these into a little bucket, and then I can pull these out as I need backgrounds, and I'm always surprised at how many of these I do use. So it looks kind of like a hot mess, but I have a feeling it's going to dry and look awesome. I have one more piece of paper. I know there's not much on there, but I'm still going to do it. Sometimes a little bit goes a long way, you never know. And this way I'm not wasting any of my spray. So this will be a really cool like sky. I could see that. So there we go, and now my mat is clean. I will wipe it down just a little bit just in case I missed anything. And I'll let those dry. All right, so these have dried. They took less than 5 minutes to dry. It took me longer to glue them down to the panels than it did for them to dry. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in that Shimmering Bliss, but it's got like all the little dots have little sparkles in them, and they just add just a really cool effect to this background. It's like a mix of vintage and modern all at the same time. And I cut some of my panels down to 4 by 5 1/4, and some of these down to 3 3/4 by 5. I couldn't decide which one I liked better, the larger gray mat or the smaller gray mat around it. Anyway, I was just playing around. I'd love to know what you think. To embellish these cards, I die cut a bunch of butterflies, and this one I did 3 different colors, and I thought on one of these I would try doing 3 different shades of blue. What do you guys think? Good idea? And I like how they kind of curve around and they're like an ombre feel. So you guys will have to let me know which one you guys like here, the blue or the pink. I'll put these together real fast. So as I was putting together these butterflies, I die cut some bodies. The body shape is from My Favorite Things. The butterflies are from waffle flower dies that I had. And I love the waffle flower die because it has these 3 different sizes of butterflies. And I just cut down the bodies of the My Favorite Things, because they're actually like giant butterflies. This is the original size to fit each of these. I also put foam tape here so that when I pull these off, they kind of have dimension. They add a layer of interest to the card. And I kind of bent the butterfly a little bit as I'm putting it on. And I might stick a little bit of glue just under his butt, so it looks like he's kind of glued at the bottom and kind of flying up or whatever. Just kind of a neat little thing. So obviously optional. I used the low profile foam so it would be really easy to mail. Wouldn't be a problem at all. And yeah. And this sweet little butterfly. And just because I can't resist, I also pulled out 5 little rhinestones. These are gray, and I thought they worked out really well with this style of card. So I'm just going to kind of randomly, well, not randomly, I'm kind of following along with the butterfly trail here, embellishing, just so it has that little bit of extra shine. If you wanted to, you could put Wink of Stella or something on the butterflies to add even more. I kind of put that on the clock, not even really thinking. I don't know, is that a good idea, bad idea? Man, I don't know. Well, for right now, I did that here too. I didn't even notice. Well, let me know, guys. Which do you like? Do you like the blue butterflies? Do you like the pink? Should I put Wink of Stella on them? I would love to know. The bigger mat, smaller mat. Would you use your background stamps like this? I will link all the stuff below. There is, this happy birthday is from Technique Junkies too. It comes with an inside sentiment that says, we are women of a certain age. We are not senior women. We are not old ladies. We are queenagers. So I will stamp that in the center of these and send this off to a couple of my friends. They'll get a kick out of it. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a crafty time, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Bye, guys.